Okay, it is Monday, January 13th, 2025. I call this Elizabeth School District business meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Director Booth. Here. Director Callahan.
Here.
Director Olson.
Here.
Director Powell.
Here.
And Director Waller.
Here.
Okay, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I move that the board approve the removal of agenda item 9.1 from this business session meeting on January 13th, 2025.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, can I get a roll call?
Director Booth. Aye. Director Callahan.
Aye.
Director Olson.
Aye.
Director Powell.
Aye.
And Director Waller.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved.
Is that approval of the
So is that
The agenda with that removed.
Okay.
Okay, next up, I move that the board approve the minutes from the January 7th, 2025 meeting and the December 16th, 2024 meetings as presented.
Second.
Any discussion on those? Okay. Can I get a roll call?
Director Booth. Aye. Director Callahan.
Aye.
Director Olson.
Aye.
Director Powell.
Aye.
And Director Waller.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved.
One is a special meeting.
I know. It took me a minute. I'm like, wait, it's the
I know.
13th. Oh, yeah, that's right. We did have one. Okay. Next up, we have our communications, and we have our early childhood showcase with Director Karina Doman. Okay.
Well, Karina's coming up. I just want to say Karina has just been an amazing addition to our team. We did not have a district coordinator of our preschool efforts, and so Karina became our district director in March of last year, and has just done an amazing job at organizing our preschools, ensuring that we have a consistent preschool program across the district, has started an infant toddler program, and I won't steal any more of her report. But we are just so lucky to have her, so thank you, Karina. So.
Well, I did start off saying I started in March.
Sorry.
But it really allowed me the time to get to know the schools and get to know the program and really see those areas of already great things we're doing, and then some areas of improvement that I feel like I could branch together, and why I was here. Biggest area we really saw was an infant and toddler program. The needs for our community, the needs for our faculty members, really just we needed it, right? And so over the summer, long summer, I was able to work with facilities and convert our opportunity building to 2 classrooms. This allowed us to have an infant classroom and a toddler classroom. We serve 6 weeks to 18 months in infants, 18 months to 3 years in toddlers. And I'm really happy to report we opened doors September 25th is when we opened the doors, which was really exciting. A little bit longer than what we wanted, but we opened and we were really excited. I'm excited to report we are fully enrolled in toddlers. We have a wait list already that is growing. So infants, we're at 6 students with a capacity of 10, so we're getting there. We're almost there as well. With that enrollment, we have 50% of our community members and 50% of faculty, which I think is a great balance to be able to serve our community and our faculty members within our district. Looking at the needs, though, of our community, I'm noticing to fulfill those last enrollment, we really need to extend our hours. And so recently we have decided that we're going to extend our hours by an hour to allow more community members to serve within that program. And I just think they're not being able to get back in time to be able to utilize that amazing program. And so we are extending hours.
To what?
We're going from 7:15 to 4:15 to 7 to 5.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
And with our current enrollment and our lovely wait list, we are working through a grant currently to expand and add a second toddler classroom. So we will acquire the other side of technology, add another toddler classroom. With that, we're going from 20 students to 30 students, so adding 10, with the goal of expanding more, but we're going to do this. Our goal is to receive that grant in April. Again, I work through the summer preparing that classroom. We open in August. Long-term goal is to continue to work through being open year-round to continue to serve even more community members because they don't have the summers off. With that, we are working to do an article. Jeff and I met and we're working through different aspects, and I'm working with Nikki Quinby to create an article to really utilize that resource within the community and really get the visibility out there, because I think that is something we're still improving, is getting that visibility out there of this program. And I think being able to do that within her article will be really beneficial. And then over the summer, so looking towards our preschool program now, we had a large number of faculty to hire over the summer. I did all of the job fairs and we were very successful, and I was able to fill 20 positions, which was huge between the infant and toddler and the preschool. So it was a large amount to fill, and we did fill all of them, which was very, very successful and very exciting to really just build that strong ECE program. But with that became all new teachers who needed much professional development. And so I really took this year to develop a high, strong quality team of professional development. With that being said, we have our Fridays, which is an amazing opportunity for our teachers in the ECE to get high professional development, which hasn't been so much for the ECE teachers. And so I've brought in other professionals myself and done one Friday every month. Both schools have came together, which is also something that has never happened, which I think is pretty unique. We're one district, we should be together to build one strong program. And so I've been really proud to pull everybody together and do those trainings as one team. It's been a lot of fun. We have also doubled our family events for our families. There wasn't much going on to bring that home to school connection. And so I've been able to do more family events. One at Running Creek has been a winter showcase. One at Singing Hills has been a family movie night that they did in the gym, which was lovely. Our site director dressed up as the Grinch and took pictures with all the children, which was really neat. To be able to do these events, we had our first ever fundraiser that just focused on the preschool families. It has never been done where it's just been the preschool in the last few years. Huge success. Our families supported that fundraiser. We're able now to have even more family events, and that's what that money will go towards. As well as, I'm super excited, maybe just because my daughter is going to be in graduation this year, but we have a pre-K graduation happening at those schools. That'll be a full graduation in the gym that families can participate. Yes, so excited that that money is going towards something right back to our families. At the end of last school year, Running Creek did their Colorado Shines rating, which they received a level 5, which is the highest you can get, which is pretty amazing. They work very, very hard, and they're super excited to continue that care and that quality through this year. Singing Hills is currently a level 4. They expire in April, so they'll be going through their rating. I have no doubt that they will be just as amazing. They're working very, very hard. I have brought in a professional development coach for them just to help them really get ready for it, which has been really neat that I was able to use a grant for. With this rating, it really just showcases the high quality care that our preschool has brought to our students, and so it's something to be really proud of for both of them. 4 and 5 is what you want to shoot for, so pretty exciting for both of them. With this being said, another huge showcase is our teachers' credentials this year. Most of our teachers last year were either a level 2 to 3 or a level 1 or not even rated in their credential. This year, they are all a level 2 to a level 4, which is lead qualified or director qualified, which is also really something to be proud of, that we have higher qualified teachers within the ECE field through Colorado Shines. To achieve those, they need to be taking higher qualified professional development, ECE courses, and their hours of experience. So it's really showcased what they can do and bring a high quality care for our children. Currently Running Creek is sitting at 54 students. Singing Hills is sitting at 74. Both of them have a capacity of 80. So Singing Hills is right there. They're right there. And Running Creek is still growing. We're continuing to still have enrollment. I have 3 families that should be coming in. So, and then the last thing that I have is the schools have really, the site directors have really partnered with our principals to really make sure that we are setting the foundation for them to continue through our district.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Good.
Great.
Questions?
Wow, you've been a busy lady.
I have, but it's good for me.
I don't have any questions, but I have to say, I've heard from a lot of staff members that they are super happy with what you've done so far, and I've heard nothing but great things.
Thank you. No, it's been a lot of fun. So I tell this to a lot of people. It brought back why I did ECE to be here again. So it's been fun. Yep. Perfect.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Karina. Appreciate it.
Okay, next up, we have Principal Michael Seafried to give a RCE showcase.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening, Michael.
I don't know how you can follow that.
Is that mic on?
We just, yeah, that mic wasn't on, darn it.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Hold it there.
There we go.
Yep.
Yep. So I gotta log in here real quick.
Is it on the right?
That's what I've seen it was before.
Okay.
I enjoy my opportunities to come and talk about Running Creek because it's an amazing place. It's really a wonderful school, great community, and so I enjoy my time coming in and talking with you and sharing the great things that are happening at school. Running Creek staff, we're in our district shirts, there we go, and we have 291 students in K-5, and I thought it was 52, but now it sounds like we already grew a couple students in preschool to 54, so we're growing, and 65 staff members. So it's a pretty exciting crew this year to work with. We're doing well, and today was a lot of fun, but we do a lot of things for the staff. They work hard. You think about a teacher's life and what they do every day. Their days aren't really like clocking in at 8 and clocking out at 3. They're out working in the mornings, they're working at nights, they're working on weekends, and we try to recognize that and bring things to them and have some fun. And we have a treat cart that the office will go around once in a while on weekends and hand out some treats to the staff, let them pick some things, and just a good feeling in the building when you do some things like that and recognize the hard work they're doing in the building. And so, and the office really loves doing that. Getting out of the office too is a lot of fun. Carla and Paula do an amazing job. But the treats are cool. I thought, did I skip a slide here? Oh, maybe not. Instruction, things going on in the building. A lot of really good things going on in the building. We're really focusing on our instructional time. We are only given so many minutes a day with these kids, and we want to make sure we're using those minutes. And so we got a lot of things going on. Here we got music, Kevin working with the kids, if you ever get in Mr. Walsh's room, in music, and they're really engaged, having fun in music. We got 5th grade doing some local politics, working on what favorite cookie they had during the elections, and it was really cool. We have small group instruction, and we have really small groups with the 5th grade working on some math here. And so we really want to work together and engage our kids in some instruction and quality instruction together and with the teachers. One of the things we just did today, this was really cool. We had the planetarium from CU Fisk Planetarium. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they came in and visited us today at Running Creek. And it was a lot of fun. It was for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And so they had to come set up the portable planetarium in the gymnasium. And the two presenters were really excited to come to Elizabeth. They were just pumped. And then they got the kids in this thing. And I went in there too and checked it out. And it was really cool to sit in there and look up. I just love planetariums. You ever get into them? And the feeling here was really, the kids were just excited. And so we had a really fun time today with the CU here at our school today. Just wanted to share that experience. It is on Facebook, and if you want to check it out, it's there. Lots going on in the building. It's really important to get to know our community and what's going on, because we are a community school. And we have certain field trips that are done at each grade level. Kindergarten always goes to the fire department. They always go to the police station, and it's a lot of fun to get out there in the community. And the community really enjoys having the children come out and visit those services here within our community. And these are just some pictures from that time, visiting and seeing what the equipment's like, getting to meet the personnel, and enjoying the interaction with the kids. We thank the fire department, police department, hosting our kids. They did a great job. First grade went out to Lone Creek Farm. Had a really good day. They spent a whole day out there enjoying it and seeing the animals and seeing the whole thing out there at the farm, and enjoyed their day out there, and really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun in the fall. So it's really important to get out and see the community. Second grade went to a park. I didn't know much about it, this 4 Mile Park. I don't know if you've ever heard of this one, but they really enjoyed it, and you can see they got to look for some gems there in the water, like panning for gold there, and really got into that piece. The teacher said they really enjoyed it and were hoping to find something. And no one came back with anything that I'm aware of. But they had a really good time out in the community at the 4 Mile Park. Third grade, they were working on their kinder reading buddies. So we got third grade going over to the kindergarten rooms and working together with the kindergartners. And you can see here a couple of third grade students reading to a small group of students there, some books, and really engaging with that and being really good role models for the kindergartners. And they see how important reading is and how much they enjoy reading. It is a lot of fun to read to each other, so they're enjoying that. Fourth grade, we have this year what we call our WIN groups. That's a second dose of literacy we're doing in all grade levels, K through 5. And we do a lot of small group instruction. And WIN stands for what I need. And so we have that going on in both elementaries. We work together to implement that this year within the schools. Here's a small group here in fourth grade, working with one of our teachers. And we use a program called Spire with the small groups. And it's going well. First year, you got some bumps, but we're working those out as we go along. Fifth grade, they're learning what it means to be a fifth grader. What does it mean to be a member of the community? They're out doing some service here, civic service. And so they spend one day out cleaning up the grounds around the school and bringing some pride to the building and making sure it's clean. And they enjoyed it. I don't know about picking up trash, but they know it brings some pride to the school. It looks nice, so I appreciate their work on that. We all had the Halloween and the Fall Festival. Big events at Running Creek. If you get a chance to come on over and visit, most teachers did dress up. I did dress up and had some fun. It's just amazing to see how many parents, if you come in the building during the Halloween parade, the walls are just lined with family members that come in and just excited to see their kids. And then we do a parade of all the great preschool through fifth, all the way around the building. And it's just so much fun. And just something we do together as a community. And so it was very successful this year. And we got to do some fall festival activities along with that. Veterans Day, honored our veterans, myself, a U.S. Army veteran, and I appreciate and get to know other veterans within the community and being honored with them. And we have a great group of veterans in our school, and very proud of what they do. We had a ceremony, I think, was it Rhonda?
I was there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And thank you for coming to that,
Sure.
and honoring the veterans. Then we had like a breakfast, got a little breakfast for them in the cafeteria, spent some time getting to know them, walking around, and their children got to spend that time with them in the cafeteria. So it's pretty cool. One of the other things we did this year so far is our food drive, and really got into that again this year. Last year it was huge, again this year, and all grade levels participated. This year we gave the top 2 classes a choice, either a pizza party or a root beer float. Because last year, believe it or not, if you were the first highest group, you got the pizza party. And the second group got the root beer floats. Well, a lot of classes wanted to be the second group because they wanted the floats.
Well, you can't pass up with the
So it was good feedback from the kids, so we gave them the opportunity to choose what they wanted between the two. And they both went with root beer floats. And so we appreciate that, what they did. But great job giving back to our community again. We had our spelling bee before winter break, and Mara from 5th grade was our, Mara Jones from 5th grade is our person from Running Creek. They will be doing that this week, on Wednesdays, the district spelling bee here at the middle school. So, well, I'll be there and hoping she does well and does well for us, but I know they'll all do well. But we got spelling bee, and we're excited about that. Talk about community, and we are a community school. I am so impressed with our parent community, what they do for Running Creek. They're always engaged, they're there, they're asking what they can do. We have monthly meetings as a PTCO. We have ours next week on the 23rd on Thursday. It's always a Thursday, and then we can do our SAC meeting right at the same time and then go right off to DAC that night. But they're always planning ahead, thinking of what they can be doing to support our school. What do we need? What do the teachers need? Or what can we do to build community? This happened Popcorn Day. When I first came to Running Creek, I didn't know what to expect. But now it's amazing what that thing does and brings the community together on Wednesdays. And we have it this Wednesday, so if you want to come by for $1, you can get a bag of popcorn and $1 to wear a hat in the building. And it's a good fundraiser, but it's also a fun event in the building. The kids really enjoy it. But those things they do. The bottom picture is from Dairy Queen. We have Dairy Queen nights or some other places that host and give us a percentage, and parents really come out to those, and it's a lot of fun to see them there. And we're thankful for Ms. Papulius, who does serve as our parent on our SAC community, SAC Accountability Committee. So, but that's just some of the things they do. Like preschool, we did a movie night back in before winter break. And you can see in that one picture up there on the top, that was in the gymnasium. We set it up and they could bring in their own chairs, blankets, pillows, and we had a movie. And it was a lot of fun. And then the PTCO set up a snack bar in the cafeteria. And it's just fun to bring the community together. And there's them doing hat popcorn. They're making all the popcorn in the morning and delivering it all to the classrooms. And then there's our PTCO, big group of parents, and I'm so thankful for them and what they do at our school. But we encourage all parents to be in our building. Please come visit, come help out in the building. Another thing we do is our graduate profile. It's a monthly focus, and so we have an assembly once a month to recognize those students on our graduate profile. Teachers have resources to help those students on that graduate profile each month. This year we're giving out what's called a paw ticket, and Jaguar has a paw, and they get a paw and earn a paw, and then we do a drawing every Friday for them, and the kids really enjoy it. This was a group of kids from 1 month right here, and it's always fun to watch parents come in, take pictures, and be there and experience this excitement. We've developed our assembly a little bit more. If you get a chance to come in and watch us, we also engage the teachers in the assembly now. We do a fun activity with the teachers and sometimes with the teachers and kids just to build that bond and relationship with the teachers and kids from all the grade levels. And so they did a rock, paper, scissors one last month, and it was really fun to watch the teachers and kids do that together and have fun. So, school safety. I appreciate all the work that Tyler's done and Dan in putting together safety at our schools. Our person is Jeff Toback. He's really doing very well in our building. We're very happy to have him there. Kids love having him around. He's done great keeping our building safe and secure. He's very visible. He's helping us with drills. He's brought in some training. On January 6th, we did some training with Safe to Tell. I brought that in, and some other events to help us understand and how to prepare and be safe in our building. But that has gone well, so I appreciate the work that Jeff has done, and with the support of Tyler and Dan and others within the community. We have diagnostics. We have a beginning of the year already. Now we're at the mid-year. That has started as of today. So the window to finish the mid-year is between now and the 24th. So we'll have that data right after the 24th to see where our students at and how much growth they are showing at this time, and watch them and see their progress. And then we'll do it again at the end of the year, right around the 1st of May. So communication, JAG Tracks goes out every Friday. Hopefully if you're getting that and seeing the things going on. Facebook's out there still, it's growing, following. We're doing Meet a Teacher once a week. We put out there, trying to personalize who a teacher is. A lot of times you just hear a name, but you don't know who they really are. And they're here in our community, and so we do a Meet the Teacher. Putting out emails, phone calls. I trying to do more phone calls so parents hear my voice and get to know more about me too. And so I did those. I like to be outside during drop-off and pickup. It's been really cold the last 2 days. But I've been out there wearing my Buffalo Bills hat, so I'm good to go. I enjoy being out there greeting kids in the morning and seeing parents, and after school. Just being visible is important, and being a person out there and personal with them. Class Dojo is used by the teachers. It's out there too, another tool. So, my contact information, it's there. That is my cell phone. I get a lot of parents. I encourage parents to text me. That's the best way to reach me and for me to get back to someone. I will read emails and get back, but text, if you really need to reach me at night or weekend, a text is best. And it's a great way to build a relationship with parents too. And know I'm accessible through text and email. So that's what's going on at Running Creek. Appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight, so thank you for this opportunity. And,
Thanks for the update. I hear just kudos about all of the communication. Everybody loves it.
well, thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Leave this mic on.
You can turn it off.
Thank you. Okay.
This is the item the board does not like having on the agenda.
We took this off.
January is School Board Recognition Month, and I think it's important in school districts across the state. We have 178 school districts across the state of Colorado. I think it's important in Colorado. Colorado is a local control state, which means that each district elects representatives from the community to make important decisions for its community. And we have 5 members of our community who have stepped up and been duly elected here in Elizabeth. And this is our chance as a community simply to say thank you. The governor every year passes a proclamation, and I know in the past I've read it, and I won't read it again tonight, but I think it's really important just for our community to stop and say thank you to these 5 board members who give a lot of time and get no compensation for this. In fact, often get lots of headaches and lots of attacks for decisions that they make. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. We have a small gift for you that's at your table there. Hopefully something that will, at least as you use those, will let you know that we appreciate you and that you are thought of each and every day. And so thank you. Thank you for your leadership.
Okay, next up we have board member reports. I'll go ahead and kick it off. So we had a break, so there's not a whole lot to talk about, but I can say I am looking forward to the district spelling bee at the middle school on Wednesday, 4 p.m. That's always a lot of fun. And I also want to mention that we are having our first book fair of the year February 6th through the 15th. And it's our first book fair since going out to RFP and engaging with Skytree. So I hope it's advertised far and wide to show support for our schools and our partnership with Skytree.
Next, I want to take a moment after hearing of the passing last month of Bonnie Galloway, a true pillar of the Elizabeth School District. From 1984 to her retirement in May of 2009, Bonnie dedicated 25 years to shaping young minds as an educator, leaving an incredible mark on countless students and colleagues. Her commitment to education didn't stop there. She continued to share wisdom and passion as a substitute teacher from 2009 to 2015. Bonnie's unwavering dedication, kindness, and love for teaching have left a legacy that will be remembered for generations. Please join me in honoring Bonnie Galloway for her many contributions to our school and community. As a friend as well, she'll be greatly missed.
Thank you.
I don't have anything.
Well, I just want to welcome all the students and teachers back in our new semester. I'm looking forward to it being a really great new semester here. You stole a little bit of my thunder with the spelling bee, which is this Wednesday, as Rhonda said. I got to go to the Running Creek version. You know, they have, each school has their own, and then they all come up for the district one. So that will be this Wednesday, and so I'm looking forward to that. It's always pretty amazing to see what great spellers we have, and these kids are all, nobody's forced to do this, but we have a lot of people who participate in that, so it's very exciting. And then just last but not least, as I'm part of the Elizabeth Education Foundation, and we do have another fundraiser this month on the 21st at Chick-fil-A. So go to Chick-fil-A that day, have some lunch or some dinner, and tell them that you're there for Elizabeth Education Foundation, and they'll donate part of the proceeds. So, thank
Is
you.
it specific Chick-fil-A?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, thank you. I always forget that. Yes, it's the one down by, on Crown Crest Boulevard by the hospital.
Parker, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nothing to report.
Okay. All right, well, my turn. A few things I want to update folks on. Last Thursday, we had a snow day, and it was a rather frustrating experience. I did send out an email to parents trying to explain what was happening. Thursday is a late start for us, and we did have a little miscommunication because Legacy does not have a late start, and so that was a lapse in my judgment. I forgot that Legacy did not, so we were knowing that we had some cold weather and some snow falling. We thought that hour delay, natural delay, would give us adequate time to let the sun come up so that students wouldn't be standing out at bus stops in the dark, and that would allow us to have a normal school day. We had our lots cleared at 5:30, and our team is up at 4:30 in the morning on snow days to make sure that we can make the right decision. We don't make those from our beds. We make those from our cars and make sure that we know what's going on. 5:30, our parking lots were clear, and at 5:45, the snow picked up.
And the
wind.
And the winds picked up as well. So we had to call an audible about, I believe it was about 6:15, and extend another hour delay, watching the radar, and the radar showed that it would clear. Needless to say, that didn't happen either. And then about, I think it was 6:45 or 7 o'clock, we had a fire alarm at the high school that caused us to have to shut off our boilers. We had a smell of smoke that they traced to the boiler room. And so that was like the third strike to say, okay, we're not meant to have school today. So I have to say parents were extremely generous in following that email, understanding the situation we were in. But we do try to make the call by 5:30. We have dealt, I would say, in my time here, we've dealt more with the residual of snowfall. And snow's fallen the night before or the weekend before, and we've had to make that call. This was probably the first storm that we've had in process as we were trying to make that decision. So again, 5:30 is our target date, our target time. We try to make that call so that parents have time to make decisions. Jeff has done a great job in alerting parents the night before that, hey, there is a winter weather event coming, we are monitoring, we'll let you know by 5:30. So we do try to give parents heads up the night before that we are monitoring a situation, and we'll let them know. So again, just to outline that process, we definitely were not proud of how things rolled out last Thursday, but under the circumstances, I think we unfortunately did the best we could at that point.
Well, I think Douglas County parents would have preferred the decision you made.
We did have 2 other school districts in our county who also had to shift from a late start to a cancellation.
Yeah.
So I think we had company there, but
Yeah.
I
That doesn't make
recognize how
it easier.
difficult it is for parents in that last minute
Yeah.
change. And so it's not something that I want to cause for families. Our teachers and classrooms are off to a great start. It's, it's nice to have that 2-week break, but then to come back and to get a new semester started, and kids changed into new classes and new master schedules done. So I just want to thank our teachers and our administrators for a great start. I do want to talk a little about an increased focus that we will have in the coming semester and in the coming years. That's really around reading. As we look at our reading performance, when we look at our Colorado reading performance overall, when we celebrate that 42% of our kids in the state of Colorado are proficient, that's concerning. And we compare ourselves to the state and we do a little better than the state, and maybe we feel good, but 42% means that 58 aren't. And so we are increasing our focus on reading. As many of you know, in our community, we have started some dyslexia therapy pilots this semester, trying to touch some of our most affected readers. Students with dyslexia, 1 in 5 students have some form of dyslexia by many research studies. Some dyslexia can be overcome with good instruction in the classroom. Some dyslexia is pretty severe and really needs specialized instruction for students to be able to break the code and learn how to read, and to really be able to understand how to put letters together and break the code of reading. And so obviously, before we can change that pathway for our district, we've got to be ready to address the needs of some of our most severely impacted students. And so we're excited to be on the track. This summer, we will begin training 5 of our staff to become certified academic language therapists. We have contracted with a qualified instructor who can train CALTs, Certified Academic Language Therapists. So next year we'll be able to spread that pilot that we've started this year to both elementary schools and to our middle school. But we will increase our focus on reading, increase the time that we spend on reading, and increase our direct instruction on reading in the district, because we have to do better. We cannot continue to expect that students can read with the results that we're getting. And I think overall statewide, state's done a lot of focus around our READ Act. I think there's been a lot of effort, but we've got to change the results. Effort without a change in results is nothing. And so it's about time that we do something. And so we're really excited about this. We've begun to talk with our staff about our plans and some of the things that we need to do. We really know that every child can learn to read. We just have to accept the fact that we can't continue to do the same thing and expect different results. And so I want everyone to know that there will be some changes in our instruction, changes in our programming, because it's necessary if we're going to be able to ensure that every child leaves our elementary school as a reader. Couple of positive announcements. Our Chief Financial Officer has achieved her SFO certification, which is a big deal for her. It's kind of like getting your doctorate degree, but maybe not quite that. The SFO certification is granted to highly qualified individuals who fulfill multiple requirements, including proving eligibility through work experience and education, passing a comprehensive exam that tests competency in accounting and school business management topics, and adhering to the Association of School Business Officials International Certification Code of Conduct. And so Rebecca Brooks, our CFO, has achieved her SFO certification, which we're really proud of her.
Congratulations, Rebecca.
So congratulations to her. She did say, did I need to stay to be recognized? And I told her, no, go home. She is working on our revised budget, which you'll get in 2 weeks for this year. And then finally, we celebrated Mark Oser last meeting, who retired from the district after 27 years as our Director of Facilities. We have hired Andrew Rodriguez, who is our new Director of Facilities. We featured him in our Good News Bulletin last week. Andrew has done an amazing job on his first 2 snowstorms.
Broke him in quick.
To be able to really rally the forces. He has worked with custodians and his maintenance team to really kind of reassign the duties within snow events and who's doing what. And we actually had 2 very smooth snow events where buildings were cleared, I would say, to a really great degree before students arrived. And obviously, again, in those events, snow continued to fall, that we kept walks cleared even during those events. So I really want to congratulate Andrew and encourage people to welcome him when you get to see him. So with that, I will stop. So thank you.
All right. Great news. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited about everything going on with the reading. Okay, so next up we have public comment. So first up we have Michelle Gazinski.
And just hold that down to turn that back. Thank you. Did the light come on?
I see numbers.
Okay.
Is that right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Michelle.
Hi. I have a 4- and 6-year-old, Singing Hills Elementary in the preschool. Big fans of the preschool. Thank you for that presentation. Tonight, I am asking you, board, to uphold the pledge you took to be a school board member and the pledge you just reaffirmed to that American flag behind you. It no longer matters what's in the books that you took off the shelves or added to a list. This lawsuit is now about you as government officials infringing on the First Amendment rights of kids and families in our community. This board is not above the Constitution of the United States. Like it or not, it's a fact that book bans never stand up to the Supreme Court. This is a fight that you're going to lose. No matter what side of this issue anyone in this room is on, we all know that the First Amendment will always win. This school district has had existing policies and procedures to review curriculum, and I ask you to simply follow those existing rules that have been here since before you all were here as the board. There's no need to give hundreds of thousands of dollars to slick lawyers instead of our teachers because of your ego and pride. Be the American patriots we all know you are and end this lawsuit. Show the students that you do understand and support the Constitution and their First Amendment rights by taking responsibility for your mistakes. Just fix them. John and Mike, we've seen your common sense and clarity for doing the right thing when you voted against the new Independence Charter. You knew now isn't the right time for the charter, and now isn't the time to fight this lawsuit. I ask you that you stand up again. Mary, they're going to make a mockery of you, and you're waffling about the books to ban. This was dropped in your lap, but you don't need to be the martyr. You can stop this. Rhonda, do you really want this lawsuit? Failure is your legacy of being the board president? You can stop this. Heather, now is the time to tap the brakes. Don't punch the gas. You can stop this. I know you thought you were protecting kids when you made the list of books to remove from the library. That is no longer accurate. Children you're beholden to protect. Your own mission statement says you will provide our students with excellent and diverse learning opportunities. So why aren't you doing that? Why would you rather throw a book in the trash than guide kids through difficult issues to prepare them for the successful future we all want our kids to have. No one will think less of you if you step back, reevaluate what needs to happen. The right thing. Stop fighting this lawsuit. Start fighting for our kids and teach them critical thinking skills that will serve them for a lifetime. Our kids are depending on you.
Thank you.
We've been fighting for our kids all along.
Yeah, they're doing what we asked them to do.
Next up, we have Travis Nelson.
Hello, everyone. Honored to be here tonight. Travis Nelson, I'm a Senate candidate. First, I'd like to thank all of you for stepping up for your children here and their education and the students. You know, I know it's a thankless job sometimes, and I understand that you guys are in a pretty tight spot with all of this. The fact that I'm here is a red flag of that, I think. I'll contact you guys later on this week, but I just want to know, when was the decision to hire legal counsel made? What's the name of your attorney? I'm here not in a political capacity. You know, we're in a school board that's nonpartisan, as far as I know. What I do understand, though, is community members feel threatened and are taking students out of the school. You know, I know that you're dealing with financial struggles, probably, you know, with these kids leaving and the head count. I wonder, you know, I took a look at the book, one of these, Pride, Champion LGBTQ Rights. You know, we're in Elizabeth, Colorado, we're out in the country. I see these probably gathering dust on your shelves. I don't see kids probably beating down the door to check out these books. I'd be curious to see the library card on those and see, you know, if they're even getting checked out. I believe in the U.S. Constitution and the First Amendment. It's my understanding that this case with the ACLU, that's another red flag that they're in it, could easily be settled by putting those books back on the shelves. In the meantime, I'd like to give the students of Elizabeth an assignment to read those books and weigh in themselves. Give them a vote even, you know. This could be a good example of teaching kids democracy. Let these kids read it, and if they think it is inappropriate to have in school, let them vote on it. Second, to all the parents that have removed their kids here, you need to be an example and bring them back. You got to teach your kids to, you know, look at things themselves and think of what that does to this school district. I know you guys need those resources here. Sure. You know, and I pray with you, Director Powell, like before the meeting. You know, I'm a Christian, I go to church. I think probably 90% of us here in this room are. But, you know, you say that prayer before the meeting versus after. Sorry, give me a couple seconds. I came a long ways. And I just encourage you guys to try to settle this case. You know, let's focus on the students. We got to put the students first. And I think this is probably hurting our students here. I challenge anyone that has anything to input. You know, I'm happy to listen to it. They could reach me at travisforcolorado@gmail.com. But I'd just like to see this put to rest. Y'all have a nice day, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I got kids.
Next up, we have Greg Lopez.
Is it still on?
Yes.
Well, I wanted to come here this evening and talk about the value of education and what it means to our nation. As you know, I just came back from Congress, and if there's one thing that I will tell you when you walk the halls of Congress and you see our founding fathers and you read the Declaration of Independence, and you read the Constitution. I carry the Constitution in my pocket because I do believe in the Constitution. And I do understand the First Amendment. I think sometimes people neglect to fully appreciate what the First Amendment's all about. And the First Amendment is really truly about being able to speak about what is happening in our nation and what is happening in our communities. You know, the educational system is what our founding fathers truly believed. If we don't have a good educational system, then our nation will become a non-nation. Our nation will become a third world country. And so you are the vanguards. You are the vanguards of our educational system. As was mentioned earlier, you were elected. You were elected by the people of this community because they have faith in you, because they believe that you will make good informed decisions. You were not elected by a minority. You are elected by a majority. And so while there's voices that perhaps are saying you need to do something different, I would encourage you, stand tall, be courageous, be bold, because our nation needs you. Our children need you. Because without education, there will be no opportunity. Without education, you will not be able to remove yourself from poverty and achieve that destiny that we all say America's about. This is a time for us to really stand tall. And when you look at the books, I would ask you to evaluate these books. What are they teaching? Is this education? Is it really teaching opportunity? Is it teaching really critical thinking? I think that perhaps there will always be a disagreement as to what a book should be teaching and what it shouldn't be teaching. There's a lot of noise that you will be hearing. We hear it in Congress every single day. We hear it across the state every single day. You go to the Capitol, you will hear it every single day. Because this is about a worldview. This is not about what's happening today. It's about what's going to happen in the next 10 years and the next generation. And how are we going to treat each other? And so I tell you that I will leave you with this. First of all, I want to commend you for stepping forward. Remember, you were elected by the majority, not the minority. Stand tall, be courageous, because this is what we need. And as again, you know, I want to thank you. It's appropriate that this is the month where we appreciate school boards. I think you should honor that, you should respect that. And as I want to leave, I want you to know that, you know what, for the last 6 months you were all my boss. Each and every one of us. I represented you in Congress to the best of my ability. So I do have a parting gift for you. I've already given out some, but this is my congressional coin that I would like to leave you with. And perhaps it will remind you of your efforts and your duty to Elizabeth School District.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have our consent items. I move to approve the consent items as presented.
Second.
Can I get a roll call?
Director Booth? Aye. Director Callahan?
Aye.
Director Olson?
Aye.
Director Powell? Aye. And Director Waller?
Okay, motion approved. Next up, we're moving to action items. The first that we have is our second and final reading of new regulation ACA-R- non-legal name changes for students. I move that the board approve the second and final reading of new regulation ACA-R- non-legal name changes for students.
Second.
Any discussion? One thing I would like to say is thank you
Mary.
for all of your effort that you know, all of your recommended changes. I mean, I just absolutely love it.
Well, thank you.
I love
Appreciate
it.
Well, thank you
It's
for
very well put together.
all of the input and for Jamie putting them all together.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, can I get a roll call?
Director Booth? Aye. Director Callahan?
Aye.
Director Olson?
Aye.
Director Powell?
Aye.
And Director Waller?
Okay, motion approved. Next up, we have the second and final reading of new exhibit ACA-E, form to request non-legal name changes for students. I move that the board approve the second and final reading of new exhibit ACA-E, form to request non-legal name changes for students.
Second.
And any discussion?
I just wanted to say, the last little change I made on here is because I realized from the regulation, there was an attestation that a parent should be making with regard to this, and so I added in language, both into this one and into the next Exhibit 2. So thank you for adding those in, and that was kind of the reason so that it went along with that regulation more directly.
And I do want to say our legal counsel has conferred and agrees completely with all of these changes, so.
Thank you.
All right, can you get a roll call?
Director Booth. Aye. Director Callahan.
Aye.
Director Olson.
Aye.
Director Powell.
Aye.
And Director Waller.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. And next up, we have second and final reading of new Exhibit ACA-E-1, Form to Request Reverting Back to Legal Name for Students. So I move that the board approve the second and final reading of new Exhibit ACA-E-1, Form to Request Reverting Back to Legal Name for Students.
Second?
And any discussion on this one? Again, thank you. Love it.
Thanks.
All right, can I get a roll call?
Director Booth.
Aye.
Director Callahan.
Aye.
Director Olson.
Aye.
Director Powell.
Aye.
And Director Waller.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. Our last action item is selection announcement of counsel for our current legal action. So we have no motion tonight, just an update, and I am going to let Dan.
Yep. I'm pleased to announce that the district has retained a legal team to defend us against the ACLU's federal lawsuit, challenging the board's decision to remove a few inappropriate books from our school libraries. The team consists of two law firms. The first is Mitchell Law. Jonathan Mitchell is a U.S. Supreme Court practitioner and the former Solicitor General of Texas. Mr. Mitchell is an accomplished practitioner, most recently securing a unanimous win before the Supreme Court, returning President-elect Trump's name to the 2024 presidential ballot. Mr. Mitchell is currently defending a public library in Texas against similar claims and has offered to defend the district. The second law firm representing us is First and 14th. This firm is based in Colorado Springs and specializes in constitutional litigation around the country. Taking the lead on their team is Elbert County residents Julian Ellis and Laura Ellis. We appreciate their support as well as other prominent members of their team. The district has been overwhelmed by the outpouring of offers of support from several law firms and groups. There are also a number of outside groups currently raising funds to support our defense. While it is difficult to sit quiet while the opposing side shares a narrative that is missing critical and accurate facts, the district will respond to these allegations through our legal filings, the first of which is due by Monday, January 27th. We want to assure you that we remain focused on our mission and vision to educate our students and prepare them to be successful citizens. We appreciate the patience of our community and our supporters.
Okay, next up, we have our board planning and new business. Our next board meeting is going to be on Monday, January 27th, 2025, here in the district office boardroom, starting at 6 p.m.
I have some new business. As some of you know, my MS relapsed about 2 years ago. At that time, I had considered stepping away from the board, but chose to remain, knowing how important it was to serve the district during a challenging period. However, the time has now come for me to prioritize my health and place my trust in the board to continue its work with the same passion and dedication. It is with a heavy heart that I announce my resignation from Elizabeth School Board effective at the conclusion of tonight's meeting. It was not an easy decision, but health issues now require my immediate attention this year. I'm confident
Serving on this board has been a great honor. Together, we've faced challenges, celebrated milestones, and worked tirelessly to improve the educational experiences of the students in our district. It has been a true privilege to serve alongside such dedicated and passionate individuals. Looking back, I am deeply proud of what we have accomplished together. We became the only school district in Colorado to have an armed security guard at every school, ensuring an additional layer of safety for our students. We approved a classical charter school offering parents greater choice in their children's education. We implemented a parental rights policy to empower families and secured a well-deserved pay increase for our teachers. We have fought hard to protect parental rights and get the focus back on academics where it should be. These achievements reflect the values and priorities of our community, and I am honored to have been a part of them. I want to thank each of you for the support, encouragement, and collaboration you have shown me throughout my time on the board. It has truly been an honor to serve, and I will always cherish the work we've done together and the progress we've made for our schools and community. Thank you.
We love you, Heather.
And I have to say, it has been an honor. It has been an honor working with you.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, we've been through some pretty ugly times, but we've been through some great times too, and we've just achieved tremendous things, and you know, there's more in the works. So you know, we're turning things around and headed in the right direction, and it wouldn't have happened without you.
Amen.
Wouldn't have happened without you.
I'm going to miss your
Thank you,
gumption.
Heather.
Thank you, Heather.
Okay. Well, with that, it is 7:01 p.m. and this meeting is adjourned. There. Hit the wood.